I love gadgets. I don't, however, feel like I always need the biggest and the newest. In fact, if I can do something great with something that isn't top of the line, I tend to get a certain satisfaction out of it. Like, for example, using an entry-level DSLR and its kit lens to capture a fantastic landscape photo. I love that. So when it was time for me to get a new GPS watch for my running, hiking, and biking pursuits, after more than 5 years of using my last one, I approached the purchase like I do everything else. I started at Garmin's website looking at the current models. I got all excited looking at the new and cute, colorful new watches that aren't very expensive, but there are certain features that I wanted that they did not have. So I went right on up the line to the expensive models that do have those features. The newest one that has all of the bells and whistles gave me sticker shock though. So I thought, okay, well, I like the watch that I have. It may not be pretty, but why don't I see if I can find another one somewhere? No such luck. It's nowhere to be found. So then I went back to Garmin's site and found this one, the Forerunner 310 XT. Let me tell you about it, about what it is and what it isn't. What it is for running, biking, swimming, hiking, anything where you're moving your body. It tracks everywhere you go while you exercise, and it gives you the information you need during your workout or excursion. You can choose what exactly you view on the screen, but it's recording all kinds of data like speed and distance, plus a bunch more. It even records elevation, which it does okay, but there are ways to do it more accurately because it's GPS-based elevation. Some of Garmin's higher-end models have elevation calculated by barometric pressure, which is more accurate. With this one though, the Garmin Connect website, which I'll talk more about in a minute, has the option to correct your workout's elevation data based on known elevation data. So I said you can track yourself everywhere with this, but it's not really for indoor workouts, at least not on its own. For those indoor workouts, like running on the treadmill, there's an optional foot pod that you can purchase, which will send data to your watch. And speaking of accessories, this interfaces with your heart rate monitor. I purchased mine with a package with this heart rate monitor, but there are others that you can use. This is important because it can keep you in the zone that you're after. And it does so with clever cues, both audio and vibration, to help keep you where you want to be. I also mentioned that the watch tracks you everywhere you go. One thing that sets this watch apart from some of the smaller ones is that you can view the path you've taken on a map on the screen. It's not a detailed map by any means, but it's like breadcrumbs. It can help you retrace your steps or cross your path so you don't have to backtrack if you get lost. I've used this feature on a number of occasions. When you set the watch up, you input who you are, how old you are, what you weigh, all to aid the system telling you how much work you are performing and estimating how many calories that you are burning. If you are exercising for weight loss, this can be a huge advantage. You can even use previous performances stored in the watch to compete against yourself and your own times on your own courses. If you want to push yourself harder than last time, it will tell you how far or behind you are compared to your recent performance that you select. Also, these courses can be traded between friends online. Garmin calls it the virtual partner capability. So you're recording everything for individual workouts, but then you sync it wirelessly with the training center software on your PC or Mac or to Garmin Connect online. Then you have all of your workouts in one place and you can see the big picture. Because while you can see all of your workouts individually, you can also summarize the info in folders that you create. So I've mentioned Garmin Connect twice now. It is where you can not only store your data and review it, but there is also a social element. You can share information and your courses. It's also compatible with popular training information sharing websites like Training Peaks. What it isn't just for running. You can use it for excursions like hiking. It isn't the GPS that you put in your car and it tells you how to get to the frozen yogurt shop. But that's what your iPhone is for anyway. It isn't very small like a regular watch, but it isn't large like a handheld GPS either. Part of the reason for the size is the class-leading 20-hour battery life. It isn't the newest model. However, for the price, it seems to be at the sweet spot in Garmin's lineup of performance. The unit costing twice as much only has several additional features. So here's my conclusion. Great GPS capability for your active pursuits and a relatively small wristwatch-like package. It helps me keep track of my progress during and after workouts, and even helps me get back on track during those occasions that I get off course. If you want to know more, or even purchase one, you can find a link to this watch in the description of the video.